Today we find ourselves back here at Sengchan Beach, Rayong. Whilst I love Thailand, whilst it is my favourite country in the world, I wasn't one of those people who necessarily dreamed of living here. I wasn't dead set on living here. I had a life, I had friends out in, firstly, Seoul, Korea, 4 great years living there. And after that, Tokyo, I had an opportunity to move to Tokyo, could not resist. And Tokyo is somewhere that I miss every single day. But 1 year into that Tokyo adventure, I came across this little thing. That Thai girl right there absolutely derailed my life. No, I'm not talking about the big one. I'm talking about the small one, although they do come as a package. This time I'm talking about the big one. I met her about a year after arriving, and to be honest, and she agrees with this, when we first started dating, neither of us really were thinking long term. We weren't looking for lifelong commitment or anything like that. We were just having fun, and no, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm not talking about that sort of fun, just going out, enjoying each other's company. She'd been in Tokyo a lot longer than I had at that time. She'd grown up there, so she knew a lot of places. She introduced me to a lot of places, and we just seemed to click. So we did soon become an item. We realized that we enjoyed spending time together. We decided to become a couple, but living as a foreign mixed couple in mutual territory, it does have its benefits, but it does also have its drawbacks. So for 2-3 years we were sort of, I don't want to say living off the grid, but you know, living our own little existence. It's like we were on this little holiday together because everything was kind of new to us and we were kind of alien to everything. We didn't have to fully integrate into a particular society at that time. We also knew that that couldn't last forever. So the end of 2019, with my contracts coming up, early 2020, you know what that means, guys, early 2020. Oh God, I bet that rings a bell. We decided that we were gonna make a move. We started to put plans in place. I said bye-bye to my job. We also had the end of our housing contracts coming up, and we booked a ticket to fly to Thailand to start a new life together in her homeland. Now, at this time, we had decided to get engaged. We had decided that we were in it for the long haul. 2019, Boracay, I decided to propose to my princess and dedicate the rest of my life to her. Plan was to arrive in Thailand, get married legally shortly after, because I'm sorry, there's no way around that. Not everybody can have that romantic fairy tale wedding, and soon you'll find out that we had quite the opposite. Legally get married, start the visa process so that we could both be here together. But sometimes things don't go quite as planned, and I don't think anything went as planned for anyone that year, did it? Arriving in Thailand, everything went into lockdown. Ooh! Just got myself a beer. We just spent our days sat watching the visa news, the immigration news. Thailand was shut, and I was worried I was going to get kicked out. That would have been the first time that we would have been away from each other since we'd met. If I got kicked out, and then we didn't know exactly when I would be back. It was stressful, that COVID time, wasn't it? Yeah. We were watching the news. Remember, we were thinking of going to Vietnam. Do you remember that? Imagine if we'd just been living in Vietnam since COVID. Yeah. It would have been all right, actually, pretty similar to Thailand. Oi, put that Leo down. Put that beer down now. But thankfully the government kept extending the visa situation for people who were trapped here, which is the category that I fell into at the time. So I didn't get kicked out, and finally we were able to legally get married. The greatest day of our lives. No, I think unfortunately we both agree it was a little bit underwhelming, but it was important to us because now we could start the visa process. Visa process went through fine, and we were here for the long haul, but then 2021 happened and shit really hit the fan during that year. So 2021 in Thailand was far worse than 2020 as far as COVID was concerned. The place was basically locked down for the entire year, like you were stuck in your apartment all the time. But a little miracle did arrive on the scene in that time, we conceived our little Abigail, and she came along. And then when you have a baby, guys, the point of this video is, yes, it does turn your life upside down. But I've lived a very alternative lifestyle the last few years compared to some of my friends who went into jobs age 22, been there ever since, worked their way up the ladder. Good for them. I don't really live like that. I never have. I've always been a little bit different. But for my daughter, I want to give her stability, long-term stability. The days of moving around whimsically have had to come to an end, and we have decided that Thailand is going to be our long-term home. The reason we chose Thailand might seem obvious, but one of the big factors is the fact that the UK don't help you. They don't help their own residents, such as me, when it comes to choosing a home for you and your family, if your family isn't entirely British. But don't get me wrong, Thailand is not a bad place to live. It's not a bad choice. In fact, if it was literally a side-by-side choice, we probably would have chosen Thailand anyway, but it would have been nice to have the option, especially during the early days with our daughter. It would have been nice to pop into the UK for 6 to 12 months, have that family support around us, but we never had that option. It's been tough the last 3 years, but we've got through. She is worth every second of it. And that brings us to right now here in Rayong, Sengchan Beach with Sengchan herself. How do you like this new beach? How do you like your new home?
I love it. Oh no.
Oh dear. We've been coming here every week, here or hereabouts, every week for the last
We do it for mommy.
2 months. And we've decided,
you.
what are you pushing me in for? And we've decided that this is where we want to raise the little one. Do you like the beach? You like the beach? Oi, do you like the beach?
Like the beach.
Crash, crash. She loves the beach.
She loves it.
Bangkok's a great city, but it's a little bit hectic. And with a small baby, I think the nature is where it's at, right?
Sunset just right there.
Sunset right there.
Right behind.
Gorgeous. There it is, guys. The story of how these two small Thai noise derailed my life. But I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. Sometimes you do get thoughts in your head when you move around a lot. What if we were still in Tokyo? Me and my wife, what if we were still there? We did go back to Tokyo for a year with the baby to be close to her family who lives in Tokyo. But just for us, it wasn't right. So we've spent the last year trying to figure out what is best before she starts school. I think this is where it's at. So thank you for watching this little trip down memory lane. If you found it interesting and you want to see more of our adventures, please feel free to like the video. Drop a nice comment down below. Remember, you're talking about a family here, guys. Keep it respectful. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you again for watching, guys. Have a great day, and until the next one, bye-bye.